Okay, she was typing. All right. So what are protocols? Protocol are a set of rules and guidelines. Exactly, ma'am. These are set of rules and guidelines through which they communicate. The websites and the things communicate in networking field. So there are some certain rules. So when we talk about protocols of different things, file transfer protocol, the name itself is self explanatory, that these protocols are used for transferring the files, like uploading, downloading. So these kind of informations and operations are done using FTP. So SSH protocol, telnet protocol, SMTP. These are various protocols, and these are various ports. So for any operation on a website, what we need ports to access this website. If I am able to access this website, it means this pen test tools is open on port number 80 HTTP. Okay, or if it is secure site, port number 443 HTTPS. Is it okay? So it means if it has its ports open, see, if we have ports, if we have gates, if you take this example, gates, so gates can be open, it can be closed, it will exist, but it depends on the configuration and usage of the web server or whosoever is using, that he has its ports open or closed. So well said about that, about ports. So now we'll go for the port scanning part. See, port scanning part is the most important part in information gathering. So this is third part is port scanning. So for the port scanning, we use tools. We have a most common tool and the most famous, Nmap. Nmap is a tool for which from which you can do the scanning of the ports. So you can download it for Windows also, and you can download it. It is already installed in Kali Linux machine. So if everyone is going to give me a thumbs up in the chat box, I'm going to demonstrate the Nmap tutorial. Otherwise, I'll go for the theory only. Everyone, I want everyone for the thumbs up in the chat box. Okay, only Parveen ma'am is excited. Arik sir, Devi Prasad, Rashmi. Four people only. Five, six, seven. I'm counting the thumbs. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I've got seven, and there are total 17 attendees. Eight, nine. If I get more than 12, then only I'll start. I have nine. I'm still waiting. 10. Great. Two more to go. Where are others? Pavan sir? Okay. One more. And don't comment twice, okay? I'm just counting the thumbs, not the names. Okay, we had enough. We have our goal completed. So I'm going to demonstrate the Nmap part also, practical of Nmap. So for that, I need to virtual machine. Turn on my virtual machine. I have Kali already installed in my virtual machine. So I'll be turning it on. It's taking some time. I've already the state saved in my machine so that I don't have to start the machine again and log in. So this is the advantage of having a virtual machine. You can save the state, whatever work you are doing, you can save the state right away and then quit. It will start from that point only. So it's very handy thing. So here we are on our Kali machine. So if we go in this menu part, you can see information gathering. Information gathering, you can see Nmap. So Nmap is a command line interface. Yeah, earlier we used to have ZenMap also. It was the graphical version of Nmap, but now we are not having ZenMap in the latest updates of Kali. So we have only this Nmap. Let me. Is it visible or shall I zoom it? Can you read this all? Shall I zoom it, guys? Please tell. Okay, I'm zooming it for the convenience only. So these are the certain tools. See, these are the commands. If I scroll up, you can see target specification. You can use IL for list of hosts. Like, okay, get it one by one. We have scan techniques, different scan techniques: SS, SU, SN, SI. So SS is used for stealth scan or SYN scan, TCP SYN scan. SI, SU is used for UDP scan. See, we have two types of protocols, TCP and UDP. Are you guys aware of it? What is the difference between TCP and UDP? Anyone, please. Anyone can explain. Then we'll move forward. I'm waiting. If you have knowledge, then showcase, guys. Don't be quiet. Anyone?
Sir, TCP is the connection oriented protocol and UDP is the connectionless protocol.
Exactly. Exactly. Can you explain it in detail? Okay, let me make it easy for you. To delete all, man. Okay. So suppose I am having this. I am this. It's me. Okay. This is my web server, and I want to communicate or I want to send the data to another server. Okay. It's a Rashmi ma'am server. Pardon for my handwriting. I'm writing it from mouse. It's Rashmi ma'am. Okay. So this is my server and this is Rashmi ma'am server. I want to communicate with Rashmi ma'am server. So there are two ways. I can send data through TCP protocol or I can send data through UDP protocol. If I go for the TCP protocol, so TCP is, as ma'am said, it is connection oriented. So it will first establish a connection. So it will establish a secure connection, a bridge from my system to Rashmi system, and then it will transfer the packets, data packets on that route, so that there is no loss of data. So the loss of data, chance of losing the data is very less, or it's negligible, because first it establishes the connection and then it transfers the packets. So the packets are secure, and we use this TCP protocol when we are concerned about the data loss, and when we want the all the data to be present at the receiver's end. So it will establish a connection. And what about this was TCP. And when we talk about UDP, it is connectionless. So what it does, it finds the server of this Rashmi ma'am, and then it doesn't establishes the connection. It just throws the packets towards that. So there is no guarantee of having all the packets received at Rashmi ma'am's end. So it just throws all the packets, and maybe some maybe bounce, or I'm just showing it. It is bounces, but it not bounces in real world. So it just sends the packet without establishing any connection. So there is no guarantee of the data. So can anyone give me example um, of this TCP and UDP, where to use TCP and where to use UDP? The best examples. I've explained this, that it first establishes the connection and then sends, and the other one, UDP one, doesn't establishes the connection. It just sends the packets. And the speed, talking about the speed, connection in sending packets in TCP is comparatively slower than UDP, because it takes time in establishing the connection and then sending the packet. So it is time taking, and UDP is not time taking, it is faster as compared to TCP. Now I want an example on TCP and UDP from you guys right now. What scenarios we can use TCP and what scenarios we can use UDP? Any examples, real life related or anything? Okay, TCP for online payment transaction and UDP for live streaming. Exactly, Devi Prasad. You got it, man. Exactly. See, for online streaming, what we need is fast speed. If it will take time in connection making and establishing a secure connection, then it will be more time taking, and you can't watch your live IPL match very efficiently. So for watching your live IPL match, we use UDP protocol. Okay, is it clear now? Is it clear? Except Devi Prasad. So I think most of the things are clear. So there are various types of scans where we were on host discoveries. See, for discovering host, now I'll do the practical. These are the various commands. Now straight going to the commands. I'll clear this all. And for the scanning, we have to use this keyword nmap, and then the host name. See, already I've tried, so it is showing careerdreams.co.in. Okay, wait. Clear. See, you have to write nmap and then the URL name, careerdreams.co.in. And it is the most basic one. You have to just write nmap and the URL and just hit enter. It will take a very short time in scanning. Means it is the most basic scan. It just scans the ports, what are the ports available and if they are open or not. And we can experiment a lot of things on the basis of this. We have several commands as you have seen. So it is taking a lot of time. See, we have the results. Now, is it visible? We have our results, like we scanned on this port. The address is this. I'll tell you how to get the IP address version of this URL also. Okay. For first look at this. We have port number 22 TCP open, service running is SSH. We have port number 25, service is SMTP. We have this port 80 for from which we are able to connect to the website. So it is open on 80 only. 80 or 443. 443 must be open. See, we have several ports open here. We have states open, and it is showing the result. IP address 1 found, scanned in 25. Not shown 986 filtered ports. So the filtered ports are not shown in this result. They have there are various securities, and if you scan for the website for the ports, so in the logs of website, if you are hosting, if anyone is familiar with hosting of website, they must be knowing there are logs where you can see what traffic are coming and from what IP the traffics are coming. Ma'am has also explained that also in her tutorial. So you can be recognized. They can easily detect that this person tried to scan on the ports and he had tried a port scanning. So for this we use stealth scan. So we write minus S, capital S, stealth scan, for not knowing the web server that we are trying to connect to it. Okay, now we'll write stealth scan and then simply we'll write the URL. What was the URL? Careerdreams.co.in. Root privilege. So, see, stealth scan requires a root privilege. So, for the root privileges in Kali, we use sudo command. We use sudo nmap stealth scan, and then this careerdreams.co.in. And it will ask for the password. Whenever you run any sudo command, it will ask for the password. So this will take a bit longer time. You can hit enter and see the progress. So if I hit enter, wait, it has not started yet. See, it is saying 100% ping scan, and we are using sin stealth scanning. Time is this, and about 6% done, 32% done. So in stealth scan, the host will not be knowing that you are scanning for the website, and for the purpose of being anonymous, not knowing, not getting to be known, we use this stealth scan. See, if the scan gets completed, we'll get the result. Is everyone here? Yes. Yeah, 52%. So it will take a lot of time. I'll have my another terminal with me. So here we are, Nmap, and for the for the checking of if the website is up or not, we use ping command. You have to ping. See, if I ping careerdreams.co.in, if it tells whether the website is up and running or not. So if I get response in here, it means the website is up and running. So for checking the uptime, up condition, up status, we use ping command. So soon I'll be getting, see, I've started getting this responses, received this response. Okay. See, I'm getting response. I'll now quit it. It means my website is live. Now to check the IP, how to find the IP of a particular website, we'll go nslookup, nslookup, nslookup careerdreams.co.in. So this will tell the IP. See, I've got the IP of it. IP address is, this is my local machine and this is the IP of careerdreams.co.in. So I can use IP in the nmap also. You can use domain name also. You can use IP also. See, what is the status? We are still at 52%. So it will take a lot of time. Got it? So this was the IP. Now we clear the window. So these were the few points. You can use nmap. Yeah, you can use various commands. So you have a complete list of the commands which you can use for the IP ranges. So you can use, like, if I want to have a TCP scan. So what is the command of having a TCP scan? Okay, ST, I guess. I guess ST is the command. If I use ST and the, okay, I got an error. I use nmap again. Nmap ST. I'm going to. Is anyone familiar with Wireshark tool? Because that is another packet tracing tool. Ma'am, Parveen, ma'am, did we have session of Wireshark?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have session, but for this batch or that batch, I don't have idea. For that batch, we have, sir.
We had. For
Yeah,
this
yeah,
batch,
sir.
can anyone tell we had session of Wireshark or not?
We need to check schedule, sir.
No, we have our interns, huh?
We
So,
have, I think, sir. We have it ending days.
okay. So shall I cover it today? I'll not cover it today. I'll just show the responses of it. Okay. I'm not going to explain Wireshark today. Wireshark, if I go to this Wireshark. See, this is my Wireshark terminal. I'll just start this Wireshark. It will now, what Wireshark does is it listens the protocols. What are the packet? It is mainly packet tracing tool. So it traces the packets. What are the data packets being sent or received by the server end, or from our machine to the whatever server we are trying to access. It is showing responses because this cell scan is going on. So that is why we are having responses of TCP in Wireshark. This is the main reason we are having responses. If I stop this, then the TCP will stop. Let me see what is the status of it. Okay, I'm going to stop this scan and clear. See, now we won't be getting any movement in this because there's no transfer of data from my server to any other. Now if I run this TCP scan ST and the careerdreams.co.in, fair enough. See, we have started to get the movement in Wireshark. We have started to get the movement. Now it is acquiring some details, and after that, packet tracing will start. See, it is just pinging right now. Now we have started connecting. So it's the TCP scan, and we have finished our scan also. So if we go to this responses, if you see the packets, so it is saying rest, because see, you has anyone idea about three-way handshake of this all process? See what happens is, if we want to, let me remove this all. If we want to connect to a server, like I'm connecting to my server to whom server should I connect? Parveen RAM server. Okay. So what I'll say, I'll request at the port 80 because I want to access the website. So I will say, hi Parveen, are you there? So I'll send a SYN, or whatever it is. I'll send a SYN request, and from there, if Parveen ma'am is active, she'll send me this SYNAC, that she'll recognize that, and then she'll send an acknowledgement that yes, I am there, and then I'll say, okay, let's talk. So I'll send Synac and I'll send an acknowledgement that let's talk. And if I don't want to talk, I just want to have to know the what is the status of this website. So I'll not send this ACK. So this is a three-way handshake. It first I'll send the SYN, and then Synac will come, and then I'll send the ACK. It is a three-way. If I don't want to, hello.
Sir, it's just like a request, sending the request and then response, getting a response.
Yes, exactly. Exactly, it is that only. Because if you want to check, if you want to establish a connection, this is establishing a connection only. We are having a SYN request, and if they are responding, if they are live and they want to communicate, they'll respond SYNAC, and then I'll have a communication with them. So it is a three-way handshake to connect to this. So this is what happening. Okay, cancel. This is what we are seeing in this. See, we have REST ACK, and if I go up, I can show you SYN also. See, we have this SYN request, and then we are having this REST ACK. So this is the sequence we are developing to establish a connection. And see, we can see the source and destination. Source is this. This is the IP of Career Dreams Education 161, and 10.0.2.15 is my address. So it is sending a, see, I'm sending a SYN request from my server to destination, and then I'm having this REST ACK response from this career dreams website to my machine. So this is what I wanted to show, how the packet traversal is done, how they communicate. So this was this TCP scan. So its result is shown in this one. You can see it clearly. And we have the output of TCP scan also. We have the same output, and we have number of telling it again, we have number of commands in Nmap. You can have a complete vulnerability scanning on this website, using this website. All you have to do is just this Nmap, and you have to just write script script. And what, there are number of scripts. If you go to the official website of Nmap, you see there are number of scripts available. So I want to have a vulnerability scan, so I'll write one script one and just the address co.n. Is it correct? Yes. So it will automate the vulnerability scanning procedure. So it will test the scripts one by one, and it will give the result if it has any vulnerabilities based on those scripts. So it will respond in this terminal only. So this is the most lengthiest scan. It will take some lot of time, so I'll not do it right now. If you want, you can try it and tell me what outputs you got in this. And before trying on this Career Dreams website, please do let me know. I should be knowing what who is going to do, because without permission we can't. Even we ask for the permission, then only we are showing it. So keep that in mind. Okay. So is it clear till now?
Yes, sir.
All right. So where is it? Yes, here we are. So these were the complete steps. Where is my notebook? Yes. So these were the complete steps in information gathering. We use three steps: whois lookup for the information of the organization, subdomains to check how many subdomains are there, and the port scanning, what are the ports available. And for example, if I find any port vulnerable, like if I have any vulnerable port or anything, so I can search also. You must have heard about Metasploit, right? Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Metasploit is used for that creating a payload and then deploying it to the server to harm it. That is the advanced method. First, after information gathering, you will scan for the vulnerabilities, then find vulnerabilities, then you will exploit. So that is the third most step. I'm not saying about that. But if you find any open port and you want to search and exploit for it, so you can go it like SEARCH, search exploit, and search for any exploit. Like I want to go for the SMTP, search exploit SMTP. So see, we have number of exploits available. You can see for the version. If you have a version scan -sv, then you'll get the version also, what version is it is using. So you can find the exploit also of that, if it is available or not. See, the Kali Linux and the whole community is so strong, and they are so updated. They keep on updating whatever vulnerabilities are found, and they keep on updating the payloads also. So you'll get to know if it is available here, if you just search for search exploit and the vulnerability name, or whatever ports you are open, whatever version it is. So you see, you can see a number of SMTP, free SMTP servers, spam alert, and this is the address of it. If you go to Metasploit and activate this payload, it will be activated. So this
Excuse me,
is
sir.
the, yes,
Sir, can I leave the class because I have next class after that?
we are just about to end, ma'am. We are just
Sir,
about to end.
those which are should means they not admitted after the 7-5. I
Okay,
mean
ma'am.
five
Okay,
five.
ma'am, you can leave. We are almost done. Okay, so this was it. This was the complete thing in information gathering. So if you want, you can take the screenshot of it also. In information gathering, these are the steps. Okay, so that was it for this class. Has anyone any doubt? They can ask it right away. There is my screen. Has anyone has any doubt? Anyone? If not, you can leave the session. Do I have anything in my chat box? Wait 2 minutes.